was speaking to a client yesterday about low self-esteem and having low confidence in yourself. Excuse me. I was talking to a client yesterday about these things, and it I got reminded of, I was able to recall when I used to struggle with that. When I used to struggle with, having low self-esteem all the time, and every step I tried to take forward was literally was like I was walking the opposite direction. I wasn't even going forward, I was going backwards. And even when I did make the right choices, it didn't have a lasting effect until I realized it's not only what you're doing that matters, it's also the people that you're around. So I kind of realized all these things I'm trying to do, or the mindset shift I'm trying to shift into, there's no way I can express it. And when I do try to express it, it's being watered down, it's being diluted, and it's not sticking. I keep falling back into my old habits, old frequency. And I realized this was because of the people I was hanging around with. I didn't cut these people off, right? I don't think sometimes that can be the most conducive way for you to handle things, but I think maybe because some of these people are like, I've known them for years, or at the same time, I just kind of have a lot of compassion towards people in general. So there's no need for me to, unless they literally, because I have cut some people off actually. Maybe like, I can only say 2-3 people ever, but like, this was an extreme case of, they were very bad for me, almost hurting me, I'd say, or hurting my reality, hurting what I was building, but hurting the empire, essentially, and just wasting my time, things like that. There's only ever been, I can only think of one, but I can maybe like two. I can think of 2 people that I've ever had to cut off, like block, remove, then delete everything, like nothing, like no contact, bro, no contact. But everyone else and this isn't to throw shade at them, because I still love these people. You just have to hang around them less, and don't hang out with them. Don't hang out with them often, and reduce the amount of time you're hanging out with them. That's the best way. That doesn't mean that you can't see them, pass them by, or like, I don't know, maybe invite them to your birthday meal. I don't know. But to have them in your space when you're trying to build something for yourself, or even when you're trying to meet new people, because I know that sometimes it gets to the point where you've realized now that you can't change your friends, you can't change them in terms of who they are. That's what I mean. You can't change people. You have to change. You have to change yourself and attract the people that are on the same wavelength as you. Like, that's the only way. When this started for me, I'd say when I went to university, because secondary school, high school, sixth form, college, you're kind of forced to be in the same environment as whoever's, your circle, your current circle, you're forced to be around them. But when you move out of the house, when you go to university, you can choose your circle, you can choose who you're friends with. And it happens naturally. Or for me, it happened naturally. I do know that a lot of people struggle to make friends in university, but thank God, I've never had the privilege of experiencing that. But you you notice that in university, when you have the choice to make your friends, like, you notice that now people are reflecting who you are now. Like, I mean, even early on in secondary high school, the same concept applies, but you're forced to be with them. But in this case, in my case, I had the choice whether or not to actually hang out with these people when I was trying to change. And the point I want to land on, right, is self confidence and self esteem. You can only build that by stacking up small wins and building that trust in yourself, right? The end goal is to have a, a an amount, have a unconditional trust for yourself, being able to follow your intuition, and then not having any doubts even if what you're doing is going to be wrong. You don't care, but just stand on what you've done. Trust that things will get better, or that even when you fail, it's a success because you've now successfully seen successfully seen what doesn't work for you, and now you can move on to a different thing, or try something else, try something new. And when you attach, it's like, I think this is the difference between people with like actual confidence in themselves and no confidence at all. People with a lot of confidence in themselves, when they fail, right? When they fail, or they do something that could be detrimental to their self trust. People with high confidence, right? They'll look at it like, well, let's start with people with low confidence. They'll look at it like, oh, this is I'm such a, like, I don't want to say I'm a like I don't even say that out loud, but they'll think that they're a loser. They'll think that they're useless. They'll think, wow, all the things that people say about me, like if they're getting violated every day, or being made fun of, sorry, every day, I'll be thinking, wow, everything everyone's saying is true. This is the reality that they're facing. That there's nothing they can do to change it. That you know they're such a bad part. Like, they're thinking all these things, and all these things that you say to yourself, it matters as much as you think that you're just speaking words and it's not doing anything. Is You're reprogramming your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is responsible for your reality. Everything you think, everything you think about yourself subconsciously will be will manifest in the physical world. So the more you reinforce that you're a loser, or that you're a scumbag, you're a dirtbag, you're unreliable, all the moves you make are wrong. That's how your life is gonna be. Like, that's the world you've chosen for yourself. There's no, like, I think what happens, right? We watch all these movies, like, that have all these very, very warped narratives of how life is, and we grew up watching these movies, so we always think that, oh, the answer's just gonna fall into our lap. That things will just change for the better, and it will just keep going like that. Like, you have to purposely create that momentum. Like I said, stacking up small wins, and even when you do fail, you you get back up. You get back up, and you don't let yourself fall back into that loser's mindset. You need to change your perspective on failure, change your perspective on losing. You think of it as an experiment, not a definite thing. If that Think of it more of like as an experiment in your life. I mean, like, oh, I'm just, or like, I'm just finding what I'm good at. You know, if you're still young or whatever, if I'm still finding what I'm good at. If you feel this clearly wasn't for me, or if you want to make it work, keep trying again, keep trying again. You know, I had this as well. I pursue. I mean, I still have it in my mind to at some point try again, but I tried to pursue something and I just saw that mentally I couldn't handle all that, and I didn't know maybe some basic principles of time management, scheduling, different things. So I had to scrap the whole thing, and experience another one of my desires. You know, but someone with high self confidence, right? When they fail, they they see that failure as the success. That now they know what now they're narrowing, or like they're pinpointing their destination. They're pinpointing their success. They're pinpointing where they're getting closer to the target. Let's say they're getting closer to the target, and people with the high self confidence, they're less dependent on the external, and they know that, oh, it's all in here, it's all in the heart, it's all inside of you. It's in the intuition, honing your intuition, right? Honing your intuition, concentration, so that so that you then start hitting targets, right? You start hitting these small wins. They start becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And now you're unshakable. Your momentum is just rolling and rolling, and you're constantly winning. You can have that. You can have a life where you never lose. You just have to stay in that. You have to stay in that frequency, maintain that frequency, and make sure you're feeding your subconscious mind. You're feeding your subconscious mind with the right thoughts. You have to consciously make the effort, right? And whenever you think, oh, trying to build my self esteem and confidence isn't working, more time, like 90% of the time, it's working. You're just getting insecure. You're just getting insecure because you're uncomfortable, right? You're uncomfortable with the progress you're making. What we don't realize is that we're always comfortable. Like where we are right now, it's like we're comfortable in it right now. I mean, unless you're constantly making changes every day, always pushing yourself, always breaking down, building back up every day, then that's a different, your life's a different story. But some people, right, they're comfortable in misery and they don't even know it. Once they try to take one step forward, in fact, they're even too scared to take that step forward to building their self confidence and self esteem. They're too scared because that's outside their comfort zone. They don't even know. It's uncertainty, you know, learning something new, learning new things, trying, failing and learning from failure to get to success. Like, that's just uncomfortable to them, right? You have to step outside your comfort zone, stack them small wins, right? And just make sure you're doing X, Y, and Z. It's all about who you're becoming, not the external outcome. Don't associate reality with who you are. It's a factor, but it's only a very small percentage of your fact of the factor. Reality is only being perceived by the eyes, right? And what you're seeing outside is the second creation. What I mean by that is everything is created twice, once in the mind, and then it's just then conceived physically. You need to focus on what's going on in here, your mindset. You could, you could, reality could literally blatantly be telling you that you're, let's say for the gym, for example, you're a weak failure, loser, gets no goals, whatever. None of that's gonna change by changing anything outside of you. You have to internally be grounded, have that unshakable internal conviction in your mind and in your heart, because the feeling is also very important. The thoughts, the feeling, bro, feelings are the mother of thoughts. Feelings are the mother of thoughts. So one feeling can create a million, 1,000 thoughts. Maybe not a million, but maybe 1,000 thoughts. I mean, if you're overthinking, but 1,000 thoughts can be conceived from one feeling. And once that feeling is gone, it'll forget you. That's how it happens for me. I literally just forget everything I was thinking once the feeling is gone. And you know, just focus on who you're becoming. Focus on who you're becoming. Make sure that your circle, make sure that the people around you are not pulling you back down into the old you every time you're making progress. Because that's the thing that affected me, right? Every time I was making progress, even if it was very, very small progress, that now I'm a bit more confident in myself. Someone will shoot me down, bro. Not literally, but like someone will shoot down that confidence straight away. Like, really? You think, like, and you kind of have to guard your self-esteem, guard your self-confidence in terms of when you're at least in the developing stage, right? Because now it comes to the point where I can now talk about things things like I think, my mindset. I can say these things out loud now, and whoever laughs in my face I don't care, doesn't faze me, because I know I'm in a quiet confidence. I'm reassured that I'm doing what I need to be doing. They need to even worry about what they've got going on, right? That's what you don't realize about some people. They can mock you, violate you, but when they go back home in, into that into where their room is, where no one can see them, bro, they're in misery, bro. They're even jealous that you're making change. Start doing the right things now. Start doing the right things now and stick with it. Stick with it no matter what reality's telling you. Keep stacking on small wins. It could even be clean your room every day. Meditate for 60 seconds a day. Take a cold shower for 5 seconds every day. Small wins. Go to the gym for 20 minutes. Go to the gym, or stick with a workout plan consistently every day. Speaking of workout plans, if you want a bulking guide, sorry, the link is in the description. And if you need help with any fitness endeavors, join the community server and get in touch with me, or just email me or DM me on Instagram for any fitness inquiries. It could just stack up the small wins. Read a page from a book every day. Read your Bible every day. Connect with God every day. Pray every day. Just make sure you're doing what you need to think. Think of maybe a goal. Think of a goal. That can even help. Think of a goal and then think, who do I need to be to get there? And then also have maybe role models you look up to, you know. And then make sure that when you make sure that you're being who you need to be, the right people will come to you and they'll add to your self-confidence and self-esteem. Trust me. When people truly love you in your circle, I doubt you'll even be feeling what you're feeling right now. I doubt it, bro. I know that I can say this with full conviction that once I met people that genuinely cared for me and helped me to grow, like taking me to the gym, making sure I was in the gym, like once I met those people, like all the, like I just remember looking back. I think I was going through my camera roll and I was like, I remember things, because when I look at pictures, I remember, I mean, I feel all of us do. I remembered myself. I was like, yo, I remember I used to think like this back in the day. I remember, like I I didn't even realize how much progress I made. I was like, damn, I've made it I've come so far. I've come so far, and I didn't even realize at the time. Only until I got to this point, and then I'm like, wow, I've stopped hanging out with these people. Or they're like, they still have my contacts and things like that. Like they still reach out from time to time. Or if any of them have like a birthday, I turn up. But I'm just thinking, wow, I haven't seen these guys in months. Like, like I've just been grinding, and I've been happy on the grind. Like I've been happy, bro. Like, and I've been grinding with people that are encouraging me, and I'm encouraging them. You know, and that's all I have for today. If you want any consultation, just email me or join the community server and reach out to me there, and we can you can have discussions not just with me but with others as well that are on this journey of self-improvement, self-mastery, fitness, spirituality, finance, or mental self-mastery as well. Just join that in the description, and get my bulking guide in the description if you're trying to build muscle, go from skinny to big, or if you're just trying to hop on a new workout plan. It can still be useful. Not not just for people trying to build muscle, but it's also useful for, you know, if you're just trying to build muscle in general, and you've already got a bit of like bulkiness to you. I don't want to say the F word, but fat. If you're already check out in the description, and stay blessed, guys. Subscribe if you've made it this far as well.